All right, so what we want to do right now is we want to initiate an ITT quote request. So if we're doing transactions where we're delivering and shipping equipment out of TGI territory. So the first thing we do is once we get into IMS and we log in, we want to make sure we click over here, the sales tab. And then in the second or middle window menu here, we scroll all the way to the bottom and look for where it says ITT quote request. Once we select that, another screen pops up where we need to fill out information. So the first thing we need to fill out is the deal ID or the job number associated with the opportunity that you have. So I'm going to use just a number that I took from another transaction of mine. And then when I move to another field, it already has the associated name for the opportunity here. So first thing we want to do is we want to start filling out this form. So customer name, let's just say ABC Company, 123 Texas Street, I should say. Houston, Texas. I do not know a zip code, so let's say 07045. Then what we want to do is we want to put our contact information here. So let's say our contact is Joe Smith at 555-222-2222. We want to put in Joe's email or contact's email, jsmith at abccompany.com. If there's anything additional to add, like let's say an extension number, you can put it in there, or you could just leave it as is. Now over here, you want to put the machine with accessory details. Serial numbers you are not going to have. So what I would do is if I was selling a Toshiba 2525 AC, I could also put, instead of saying fax card, I like to put the part numbers in. I could say GD 1370N fax, and then I could say stand 5015, which is the product code, stand 5015 cabinet. So I have a mainframe machine, a fax card, and a stand. Delivery information. Are there stairs involved? If there are, you would select yes, and how many stairs. You could ask your customer to confirm that with you or give you a close approximation. I know many times we're delivering to office buildings and we have elevators or freight elevators to use. But if there are stairs, we could put special instructions in here. Or if there are no stairs, you could say access to freight elevator in building. Or you could also leave it blank. If there's nobody currently servicing them, and many times when we deliver out of state, not all, but many, there is nobody currently servicing it as it's typically a new installation, you would select NA for not applicable. IT information. Well, if we need networking services on the other end, we select IT required. What do we need help with? Connect to print. We may want to set up scan to folder, scan to email. Are we going to be tracking it where we could have FM audit installed? And for instructions, upon delivery, let's say there's an IT person or somebody technical who's going to take the reins at your customer's location, please contact fake name Mary Williams at 555-222-1212 for additional network configuration and assistance, or put in any note here that may be applicable. Are we doing a pickup? Are we doing a trade-in? Are we doing a lease return? In a case of doing a new install, we would put in no pickup and nothing additional to put in. But if we're doing a trade-in or a competitive lease return, here's where you're going to want to put the competitive information in. So maybe you would say Konica Minolta BizHub C450, serial number, whatever that may be. So that's what this field may look like if we're doing a lease return. If it's no pickup and this is a fresh new install, just leave no pickup and nothing additional to write. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Now, where it talks about contract terms here, we're talking about the maintenance that we're looking to provide for this machine in this location outside of TGI territory. So I may put in here 5,000 black and white times 0.0089, and I like to put brackets in, especially if I'm doing two groups of service. And I say equals, let's do the math, 5,000 times 0.089, I have $44.50. Plus, now the color, if we're selling a color allowance, 700 color times 0.065. We can use our published rates, providing we adhere to the minimums. And if there's any concerns, the purchasing group will let you know if a dealer didn't accept it or wanted anything additional. So 700 color times 065 is also 45.50. So I have 44.50, excuse me, plus 45.50 equals a $90 monthly pass through. Now, if you're putting them on an escalating lease, make a note of that. Or escalating lease, okay to escalate rates. If it's non-escalating, put non-escalating lease, not okay to escalate rates. And then once you have this information down here, you would click the submit button. But let's take another quick recap. I put my deal number at the top, the customer and contact information, the machine information. We like listing out the part number, accessories. I also like to put in the word fax and cabinet. If these are the two items that I need, you got to address stairs, pickups, trade-ins, or lease returns. If it's anything other than no, you would fill out the additional information here. We can bypass move information unless we are moving equipment. This was somewhat designed to show a clean, fresh install in a new location outside of TGI territory. So once you are done, you have the contract information in here, click submit. You should get a confirmation that your quote has been submitted. And then you'll get an email letting you know that your quote is available. When they are available and posted sales, you go to ITT quote history. You can click over here, view all, get data, and your quote will be listed there and any previous quotes associated with you through the system.